The 10 most influential leaders of the American Revolution. 1. Benjamin Franklin 1706–90. A man with many strings to his bow, Benjamin Franklin was a scientist, inventor, author, publisher and diplomat, not to mention one of the nation's most esteemed founding fathers. For decades he was enamored with Britain, but, in time, his glowing opinion of the British soured. In 1775 he sailed back to America and firmly threw his lot in with the revolutionaries. The next year, after signing the Declaration of Independence, Franklin was sent back across the Atlantic, where his negotiations in France led to the 1778 Treaty of Alliance, formalizing French support for the colonists' cause. Later, he helped to negotiate the 1783 Treaty of Paris, which marked the official end of the war, before going on to sign the U.S. Constitution in 1787. 2. George Washington 1732–99. George Washington was a towering figure in the American Revolutionary War, as well as being a highly capable politician. Taking the helm of the Continental Army through the conflict, he steered the military through initial struggles to victory over the British in 1783. 6 years later he became the first President of the United States. 3. Alexander Hamilton 1755–57–1804. Best known today as the protagonist in Lin-Manuel Miranda's musical Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton was one of the Revolution's key figures. Born in the West Indies, in 1776 he joined the Continental Army where he became an aide to George Washington. He also saw action in the field, fighting at the 1781 Battle of Yorktown. However, Hamilton is best known for his contributions to politics and finance. Along with James Madison and John Jay, he wrote the pro-Constitution Federalist Papers, and was the United States' first Secretary of the Treasury during Washington's administration, responsible for setting up the nation's financial system. Unfortunately, his star dimmed after an affair smeared his name, and he died after being shot by Vice President Ehrenberg during a duel. 4. The Marquis de Lafayette 1757–1834. Gilbert du Motier, the Marquis de Lafayette, was a French military officer who took up arms with the Patriots. Seeking the glory of the battlefield, he arrived in the New World in 1777 and became a major general in the Continental Army. He grew particularly close with George Washington, who saw Lafayette as his son. Perhaps his most significant contribution was his role in helping convince King Louis XVI's government to front additional supplies and soldiers for the colonists' cause in 1779. In 1781, he also chased the British General Charles Cornwallis across Virginia, trapping him at Yorktown. Back in France, Lafayette played a crucial role in his home country's revolution. 5. Thomas Jefferson 1743–1826. Few have contributed as much to American history as Thomas Jefferson. However, he helped not with his speeches, but with his writing. Staying quiet during the impassioned discussions of the Second Continental Congress in 1775. The following year, aged just 33, he wrote the original draft of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson held various political offices, most notably serving as America's president from 1801 to 1809, after stints as vice president and secretary of state. During his 2 terms as president, he bought the Louisiana Territory from the French in 1803. Having owned hundreds of slaves, one of whom he fathered 4 children with, Jefferson has left a complex legacy. 6. Samuel Adams 1722–1803. Another one of America's founding fathers, Samuel Adams certainly had a knack for politics. By 1764, the year of the Sugar Act, Adams had already established himself as a significant anti-British presence in the New World. And in 1765, he helped fuel protests in Boston over the hated Stamp Act. Crucially, he was also among the first of the Patriots leaders to announce that America's independence was their ultimate goal. The leader of the Massachusetts Radicals, Adams sat on the Continental Congress until 1781. And continued to play an important role after the war as the governor of Massachusetts from 1794 to 1797. 7. Salem Poor c. 1747–1802. Beginning life as an enslaved person in Massachusetts, by 1769 Salem Poor had purchased his freedom for £27. When the Revolutionary War broke out he joined the Massachusetts militia, going on to take part in several offensives. During the Battle of Bunker Hill in 1775, Poor is believed to have helped fend off waves of British troops. For his valiant efforts, 14 officers submitted a petition to Congress where they commended him as a brave and gallant soldier and recommended he be rewarded. However, the General Court never acted upon this recommendation. 8. Benedict Arnold 1741–1801. Although most figures here are celebrated for their contributions to the war, Benedict Arnold is remembered for his sabotage. Despite his initial exemplary service as a general in the Continental Army during campaigns and battles in Quebec, Saratoga, and Valcour Island, he was upset after missing out on promotions. As a result, he turned coat to deliver information to the British. In 1780 he helped hatch a plot for them to capture West Point, a fort he controlled. When his plans were discovered by the Patriots, he fled and started fighting for the other side. 9. Thomas Paine 1737–1809. Exerting significant influence over both the American and French revolutions, Thomas Paine made a career as a revolutionary activist. In his 1776 pamphlet Common Sense he persuasively outlined the reasons why America should break with Britain, a document that helped unite the colonists to pursue independence. 10. John Adams 1735–1826. If Jefferson was the writer of the Revolution, John Adams was its speaker. After studying law, he soon joined the Patriot cause. While the Revolutionary War raged, Adams traveled around Europe as a diplomat, spending time in the Netherlands and Britain. Present at the First and Second Continental Congresses, he delivered radical speeches outlining the reasons to push for American independence. Later, once the fighting had ended, he would go on to play a part in creating the Treaty of Paris. Adams served as George Washington's vice president for 2 terms, griping, "My country has in its wisdom contrived for me the most insignificant office that ever the invention of man contrived." He was elected America's second president in 1797, and later retired to his birthplace, Quincy. He and Jefferson both died on July 4, 1826. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.